All right, it's Monday morning, 7 a.m., September 8th. I just got started. This is the bridge that goes over the McLeod River. Pretty substantial bridge for the trail. And then there's the McLeod River. Pretty good fishing here, I understand. And the water can rise up, apparently. I think there's a dam that it gets released from when they have to release water. So I slept by that all night and slept pretty well. The nice thing about water like that is it drowns out any other noises that might wake you up. So squirrels or birds or whatever. This is how my morning's starting. Okay, so I just opened up one of these ammo boxes. Somebody left trail magic here. And so I'm going to see what they've got and maybe help myself to an item or two. Okay, so it's 8:45. And finally bumped into a southbound hiker. So all day yesterday and today until 9:45, I didn't see any hikers. Whoop, excuse me. But doesn't mean that they weren't around. They might have just passed me when I stayed at the ash camp last night. So slept really well. Had no animals bugging me in the middle of the night. Although right after I went into my tent, there was a little bit of noise, and it turns out it was a gray squirrel. Those things are big. But and he was making some noise around the camp. Never met any of the fishermen, but I did kind of see them. And it looks like one of them, maybe there was two, stayed the night in their vehicle. So I left before they were up, of course. And I saw, as I'm crossing a road, there's these dirt roads in the back here, in the back country. You see them everywhere. Right at that moment, a truck drove by. Guy didn't stop, but it was a person that I'd seen. So how's that for a good thing I can go under it? Good thing just about anybody can go under that. But yeah, so as far as people go, that's the situation for seeing them. So I'm climbing. I think most of today is climbing, but the trail's pretty good and it's not super steep, so I'm hoping it stays this way. There's a thing for northbound hikers in particular. It's called the NorCal Blues, and I think part of it yesterday I kind of felt that, even though I'm section hiking, mostly because of it was getting pretty boring. But the little gnats that fly up into your face, that was bothersome. And in the morning, if you're the first one on the trail, most of the times you're the one breaking through the spider threads that go across the trail. So you got those things to deal with too, which are pretty irritating, but that's what happens when you're the first one on the trail. So now that I met this southbound guy, he would have taken out those threads, I think. So yeah, the NorCal Blues, that's all part of that. But not only that, you're still not to the Oregon border. The trail up to the Oregon border is 1,700 miles. I think most northbound hikers are pretty much ready to get over it. Even a few southbounders, for some reason. I've met a couple. Oh, so yeah, I'm puffing a bit. The other thing I notice just about every morning, and this morning's no exception, is deer tracks on the trail. There may be bear and other tracks, but they're harder to spot. And I think the reason is because the deer hooves dig into the soil a bit, so it's easier for them to leave an imprint. Bears and cats and stuff, I think, are a little more light-footed, and you need mud maybe to make it easier to see them. So yeah, these are some of the things I think of in the mornings. Hopefully today is going to be a good one. I've got a big chunk without water, and then there's water, and then there's another big chunk without water. So I think I've got enough water though to get me through the first part of the day. So this is a blowdown on the trail, but instead of cutting it so people could walk through, they decided to make steps, which, okay, I get it. Makes it a little easier. But that's a pretty high step for me, so I'll take it though. I mean, it's better than nothing at all. All right, so I'm just stopping at noon to have something to eat. I've done 9 miles of pretty nice trail. It's been all shade, some uphill, but not crazy uphill. And the path is dirt with covered in pine needles and pine straw and some rock once in a while, and then some blowdowns. So I'm gonna stop and have a bite. And I did grab something from those ammo boxes. They had some, and one was like a medical kit. I didn't take anything out of there, band-aids and stuff. And then the 3 other boxes had different stuff, including cereal, some Nutella. Looked like it had been freshly stocked, probably from someone on the weekend, and most helpful to the southbounders because they can stop at that ammo box, and then if they're camping at Ash Camp, they got something potentially to eat. So what I grabbed was a couple of sticks of pepperoni. I actually had a bite of one there, and it's pretty good. So I'm going to have that for lunch, along with a protein bar, and when I'm done that, continue on. Forget the name of this creek. A nice bridge over it. It's way down there to go get water, so I'm not going down there. But also, brand new signs. That's kind of cool to see brand new. So I'm going to go over to the Cabin Creek. The campsites are. Doubt I'm staying there, but we'll see. And I'm going to get my water there. So this is a second bridge, and across the bridge there are some tent sites and a pit toilet. It's just like the Ash Camp where I stayed last night. Basically this is for fishermen to come and fish, which is fine. I could have camped here too, but it's still relatively early. I'm going to keep going. Plus there's some tent sites ahead apparently that have cell service, so crossing my fingers that they do, and then I can maybe check in on some stuff. So down this trail, there's a sign that says Cabin Creek Trail. And I went down that because this is where I came from. Didn't even notice this. Just walked right by it. This is how you can get lost. But if it hadn't been for that sign, I guess, or maybe even a PCT sign would have helped. But up there is a PCT sign. I just wasn't paying attention enough to realize that the trail split up like this. So anyway, now I'm back on the right trail. Oh, look what I found. Oh my goodness. Well, I will have to grab something out of here. It's not sugar-free, but I'm not going to care. It looks cold. Okay, so I'm at Castella, and as you can see, the sign says the trail's closed north of here, which I knew because of the root fire. So I'm going to walk into Castella or catch a ride, and that's the end for me. This is because of the fire. There's this fire, and then there's the blue fire as well, which is further north. So after 2 weeks, 175, 80-ish miles, I'm pretty satisfied actually. So that noise in the background, that's Interstate 5. I'm hopeful to catch a shuttle to Mount Shasta, and I have a hotel there, so I'm walking on the road, so I'm going to be careful about speaking here because I want to pay attention. But I did get to the campsite last night, mile 1489. That was 16 and a half miles. And in that cooler, by the way, there was a sugar-free drink. It was lemon-flavored carbonated water. It's actually really, really refreshing. So I made it to the tent site, and I set up my tent kind of in a hurry because there'd been some sprinkles and showers, and I had cell service, so I checked the forecast, and it was going to rain. So I chatted with a couple of German hikers. I'd only seen 3 that entire day, and they were 2 of them, and they were southbound. So I got into the tent after I ate, and just in time because, boy, it let loose. It was a heck of a thunderstorm, lightning, lots of rain. Tent held up really well. So got up this morning. It stopped raining for a while, but then started again about 3 in the morning, and then right about 5, which was a good time, it stopped raining. It was just drizzling. So I got up, packed in a hurry, and that was at 6:45. It's now 12:30. So I boogied here. Like it was 3 hours nonstop, cold, rain. It was hard, and I never stopped. I never stopped to eat. Never took my pack off. I made it here in less than 6 hours, which is what I wanted to do as quickly as I could. I mean, I don't think I've ever hiked so fast, and I needed to do that to keep warm for one thing, but also to try and get here and catch the shuttle if I could. And so my first order of business here is grabbing a nice hot coffee, and then I can fill you in on other stuff later. Good morning. It's Wednesday, September 10th, and I'm in Mount Shasta, which is 12 miles north of Castella. Lovely trail angel named Noel gave me a ride here. When I got to Castella, that was yesterday, the 9th, I did the video where I got into Castella, but I didn't video all day because it was just horrible rain and cold, and I wasn't stopping, as I mentioned, wasn't stopping at all. So it was just really wet and cold. I haven't been that cold hiking since a few years back. A friend of mine and myself were hiking in Jasper Park for 5 days and got caught in a snowstorm. So anyway, now I'm making my way back home. I'll be catching a bus north here in a little bit. I was gonna show you a picture of Mount Shasta from the town here, because it looked great earlier this morning, and now it's all covered in cloud. So we'll see if I can have a picture later. But if not, this is the west side of Mount Shasta. The last time that I saw it and videoed it was sitting at that, having that lunch on that windy kind of overlook, and that was the south side of Mount Shasta. And what happens is the trail you're headed north until that point, and then you turn directly west. So most of my hike the last few days has been headed west, and then it's going to turn north again here shortly, now that I've crossed Interstate 5, or when I continue. So I did get over the 1,500 mile mark just before I got into Castella. It's a couple miles before. So that's a fairly good landmark, I think, to achieve. It's 1,500 miles, and I'm happy with what I did. The fires stopped me a little short, but that's okay. I did find that 2 weeks seems to be what I'm more comfortable with. This trip was a little bit, although the hiking itself wasn't that hard. I mean, it was hard enough, but just not enough people, and to visit with, to chat with, to set up tents next to. The only nights I had people around were at the campgrounds. The one night at a tent site, I never saw the guy. He set up after I got there, and I left before he got up. So that part made it a little harder, and then it actually got a little boring sometimes. I mean, the trail began to look like every other mile I've done. Not every mile, but I mean, it looks like, oh, I did this once before, or I did that, or I've seen this. And you kind of get tired of seeing the same thing over and over. But I'm thinking, and I'm pretty sure as I go further north, especially into Washington State, it's going to be all brand new again. So anyway, that's it for 2025. Cracked the 1,500 mile mark. This trip this year, I think, including my June fiasco, I did about a little over 210 miles, something like that. So no complaints. I'm feeling really good, and looking forward to continuing again.